Alchemy. It's one of the latter things added to Baldur's Gate 3, and it's probably something you haven't touched on in your gameplay. In this video today, I'm going to quickly go through the Alchemy system and how you can really get a ton out of it by simply pressing a button and then choosing some additional potions and elixirs. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, the way I do things here is by upfronting the knowledge in my videos so you can decide to stick around and see if it's the right one for you. So with that being said, really the main focus of Alchemy is making healing potions. There's a tons of other things you can do with elixirs and stuff like that, but I want you to really focus on the healing potions because you can throw healing potions at people to heal them. You can put them on the ground and shoot them to explode to heal them, or you can use a bonus action, just quaff one yourself. So with that being said too, the big things you want to focus on are any of the salt ingredients and ashes of balsam. Those will allow you to make potions of greater healing, and then salts of musk creeper, and then any suspension will allow you to make potions of superior healing. Now, of course, there's normal portions of healing and supreme healing, but those are the two I think that you'll probably use the most in your playthrough until you get to the latter parts of the game and what have you. But if that's all you wanted to know, please feel free to go ahead and shut the video down. But before you do, please don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. Each one of those things does help me out in an absolute huge way, and I'd very much appreciate it. You can go ahead and navigate to any part of the video that interests you the most using the chapters in both the timeline and the description. And also go and check me out on Twitch, where I'll be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 with my solo and co-op playthroughs. But let's get started here on why you should be taking a look at the Alchemy system in Baldur's Gate 3. Loading into the game, we have our crafting screen for Alchemy, and we can get this up by just simply pressing H or by taking gas station rhino pills. But outside of that, I unfortunately do not know what you do for console here. So you have got 4 things you can make: potions, elixirs, grenades, and coatings. Those are the 4 big things. And then outside of that, you have all of these many materials: sublimate, salts, essences, ashes, vitriols, and suspensions. And how you're going to really approach this is that if I go ahead and click on this, you'll see all of our potions, and I'm going to look at potion of healing. The game describes this as the rule of 3, not to be confused also with the rule that the Elric brothers used. So you're going to put one thing into here, another thing into here, and another thing into here. So the 1 to the 1 to the 1, that's the 3. And that's how this all works. And pretty much there's always going to be usually one specific ingredient followed by an any ingredient. So a salt of rogue morsel with any suspension of any kind will equal 1 potion, an elixir, a grenade, a coating, what have you. And sometimes as you get higher up, that kind of changes. Those rules kind of get a little bit different. And you're probably wondering too, like, where do you get these recipes? Well, recipes can be found throughout the game whenever you take a look by searching through. You can see, oh, hey, this is a little piece of paper that says recipe for greater healing potion. Or by simply extracting ingredients. So I've saved all my ingredients up to this point simply to press this button right here. So I can go through every single one of these and do it if I want, or press this button, extract all ingredients. And let's take a look at what we've got. We've got 3 potion recipes, 2 elixir recipes, 1 and 1 grenade and coating recipe. Now you see what we've got. Tons more potion, elixirs, grenades, and coatings. So that's really all you need to do to just get a ton of recipes for everything. You can just kind of keep doing this here. Sometimes there's going to be other stuff that's like laying around. It can get kind of funky if you send things to your camp. So I would make sure you put everything in your backpack. If you have sent any alchemy, any alchemy ingredients to your camp, put them in your backpack first and then go through and do the extract all ingredients so you can get all of your potions. But you click this and then now you see some wild stuff here. Now we were talking about potion of greater healing. So this is the ash of balsam, as I was talking about. And you'll find balsam everywhere. And then any salt. So again, I would go to this salt section and click any one of these to use. Personally, I would not choose Chasm Creeper, because Chasm Creeper is used for the potion of superior healing, the one after greater. There's, I think, 4 total levels of healing potion. It's healing, greater, superior, and supreme. And the superior is salts of musk creeper, actually. Sorry, not Chasm Creeper. So you're fine. Chasm Creeper, never mind. Disregard what I've said. I've made a farce, a ruse. But either way, You're basically just going to make that salt. You're going to come over here to this, and then you just simply press craft. Now I can craft all too, and that's actually probably not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and press it. And there we go. I've made my potion of greater healing. And that's really the biggest focus of this entire video, is just making tons of potions of healing. It's a really, really, really great thing that you can do, because it's just so much additional healing you can get. And healing counts for anything, in the sense that there are items that will oftentimes say, hey, if you heal, gain bless or something like that. Like I've got Shadowheart jammed up with tons of items like that. So this counts for anytime you use a potion of healing. It will trigger all those effects if she throws the potion. So it's a really, really great way to get a lot of additional healing. But what are some other benefits to the alchemy system? So now that we've gone into how alchemy works, let's go into what potions or elixirs are particularly good here. Now, my personal opinion, I'm just going to say this up front, grenades and coatings, I don't find a ton of use out of them. It doesn't mean that they're bad. I just am really not good at using them. The Oil of Accuracy, for example, here it is. Coat your weapon to receive +2 bonus to attack rolls with the oiled weapon. That's a great oil. I just never really remember to use them. I just kind of always think of them as something that's always in the back of my mind. But if you're playing a playthrough where you're playing an assassin, you're using tons of poisons, use this alchemy screen, because you're going to be able to make tons of coatings or tons of grenades. But the biggest things you're going to find are in elixirs more than anything, as well as potions, of course. But if you're playing a caster, if you're playing a cleric, a druid, anything with spell slots, you probably are not aware of the elixir of arcane cultivation. So what this does here is, it's very easy to craft here. We just use weave moss and any supplement. We can even make one right now. There we go. And here's what it does. Gain an additional level 1 spell slot. That's awesome. And then this one, well, this will be a level 2 spell slot. And then there's a superior, which gains an additional level 3 spell slot. So if you're playing through the game and you're like, man, why am I always going for long rests all the time? I always feel like I'm running out of spell slots. These elixirs are going to give you a lot more longevity in a lot of your casters if you're not playing one that resets its spell slots on a short rest like a warlock. So really make sure you take advantage of these to the best of their ability. You can get stuff like elixirs of bark skin, which basically you drink it and it makes your armor class 16. That is sick. You get a ton of other things here. So elixir of the Colossus, I can craft one? I can. Cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at what that one, I'll show you what that one does. We put it in here. Huh, well, it didn't. So we're going to jump to my inventory and I'm going to type in Colossus. There we go. So, drink to increase your size. Weapons deal an additional 1d4 damage. You gain advantage on strength checks and saves, and, well, it replaces blah, 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 blah. It always says that. So, you can see that there's a lot of fun to be had here with elixirs. And you might have been getting tons of elixirs on your own by simply just playing through the game. But there's really a ton more you can do with this outside of elixirs. Going into potions, we talked about how great the potions of healing are, but you also get stuff like the potion of speed. If you've never used a potion of speed, if you've just been sitting on it, I strongly recommend you tap into them. And I strongly recommend, I mean, I can make 10 of these bad boys right now. Let's take a look at what they do. Cool, okay, I guess I can't even spell today. Potion of speed, there we go. So, gain an extra action, a +2 bonus to armor class, advantage on dexterity throws, and double your movement speed. It's basically like getting haste. It is a stupid good potion. You should have a stash of these on every single one of your characters. So when you get into a really bad situation, a really tight bind, you can just simply pop a potion of speed, and now your character's moving way faster. They're getting better AC. They've got advantage on their dex throws if they need it, like my character's a ranger, or a +2 bonus, or I'm sorry, and getting advantage on dexterity throws. Like, all these things are absolutely extra action. That was the other thing. All these things are absolutely great, and I strongly just recommend you just simply press extract all ingredients and go through the elixirs and potions. I know that it's very cumbersome to oftentimes look at a crafting system and go, ugh, I do not want to invest in that. I'm too busy. I just want to play the game. I don't want to get into it. But really, they've distilled it down to the easiest way to approach this by pressing extract all ingredients, seeing what grenades, potions, elixirs, coatings you want to make and just pressing the button. That's all you got to do. Don't worry about really getting into the nitty gritty of this. Like I said, majority of all this you're just going to find naturally throughout the game. There are very, very few potions or likewise that are gated behind a very specific thing you need to read. I think one of them is for a quest, and it's in Halsin's journal somewhere. And if you've already missed it, it was exclusively for that quest. So don't worry about it. So like I said, simply extract everything. You're going to get all of the elements of the alchemy unlocked by simply just extracting stuff, and then make the things that you think you need. And if you don't know what it does, just make it. Like Glorious Vaulting, I'm just going to, spoiler alert, it's going to be something when it comes to jumping. Here you go. There it is. Drink this to triple your jump distance. So if you can't get somewhere and you don't have a Githyanki or someone with high strength, make one of these potions and you can finally traverse those locations you probably didn't think you could be able to get to. And it's just a really, 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 really awesome system to just get a lot of additional utility out of the game. A lot of these things are stuff like, okay, Animal Speaking in Featherfall, I'll use a scroll or I have a cantrip for it, whatever it is. So again, I just wanted to highlight here the alchemy system because I think it's one that we've all probably skirted past, myself included. So hopefully this video kind of cracks open the mystique behind this crafting system and you jump back into the game and tap into it. Pretty much just pressing, I hope when you go into the game, extract all ingredients is in a 3-digit number. And if it is, I want to know what number your extract all ingredients is after watching this video, and you go and press it. If it's like 62, if it's 148, whatever it is, let it be known in the comment section below. I want to know how many ingredients you got in that in your back pocket. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. If you have any comments or if you need any help with this, or if you found a really awesome use case for your alchemy, please let it be known in the comment section below. Maybe you're going to say like, hey, you know what? All the things you brought up are great, but you didn't bring up the elixir of heroism, which gives you 10 hit points and you become blessed. And it's super easy to make, or whatever it is. Again, let it be known in the comment section below. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.